the scars show what we're made of. Don't you look back, lift your head up, shake the dust off, tell me what you're made of. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Breath in our lungs, beating in our heart. Lift up your voice, you got something to say. It's a brand new day. 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 When the rain falls, when the ground shakes, when the wind blows, when your heart breaks, show me sorrow, show me laughter, show me starlight, show me what you're after. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Breath in our lungs, beat in our heart. Lift up your voice, you got something to say. It's a brand new day. 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 See the sunrise, oh, fire in your eyes, oh. It's about time we all saw you shine. It's a brand new day. 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 There's a secret through the thunder. There's a storm, but you're not going under. It's a brand new day. 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 We all fall down, we get banged up, but the scars show what we're made of. Don't you look back, lift your head up, shake the dust off, tell me what you're made of. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Breath in our lungs, beating in our heart. Lift up your voice, you got something to say. It's a brand new day. 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 When the rain falls, when the ground shakes, when the wind blows, when your heart breaks, show me sorrow, show me laughter, show me starlight, show me what you're after. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Breath in our lungs, beat in our heart. Lift up your voice, you got something to say. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday. It's Thursday, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Seems like it's Thursday.
Yes.
It is nice to
I hope
see you
it's
guys
Thursday.
bright and early this morning. We should be just finishing up your social medias, right? So what you're supposed to be doing is as soon as you log on maybe 8:40 Central Time, and spend about 5 minutes just doing some social media check-ins. with random people, right, that are your past, present, or future clients,
Yep.
and just stay in touch and be present from a real estate perspective. Then we start learning here and create this routine. So
It's great. It's a
thank you
great
guys
routine.
for going through with roll call. We have good interaction today. A lot of people logging in, so that's amazing. Thank you guys
Yes.
very much for that.
Any new people logging in today? If you are, please chat your name in so we know who you are. And thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Very good. We just got
Love it.
done with a great morning meeting this morning. I felt like we had a ton of good, productive items concluded on our Delusa morning meeting. You have a huge listing coming up that we're really excited about.
We have a good listing coming up. Yes, we do. On the
So,
lake
congratulations.
property. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's extremely noteworthy and really, really nice.
To bring our guys out,
Yes.
all of our awesome agents. We have to bring them out there.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a huge deal.
Thank you.
Whenever we have
love
great
it.
listings, it always helps. So, congratulations there. We've also, I was just talking with Nazmule, and we've been having some great success with our SEO. And that's been starting to just like kick in all of a
Yeah.
sudden. And we've
It
been
takes
seeing
time.
It does, but we're starting to see the rewards from the efforts that were put in. So that's amazing. Thank you very much.
It's
We
great.
do appreciate that.
Love it.
So nice job. We are going to be covering 3 topics today.
We hope. We say
Hopefully.
that every day.
Topic number 1 is going to be the winter storm and federal money for homeowners to recover, and a specific link for that.
Okay.
So we'll go over that one. iBuyers. We haven't heard a lot from them recently. So let's take a look and see what they did last year and how that compared, and some industry trends, and kind of speak about that one for just
I
a little
like
bit.
that one.
And then we're going to jump back to choosing contractors wisely. That'll be our third topic, with kind of the iBuyer in the middle.
Okay.
So it's kind of like
It'll
a
be
meat.
a buffer.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
like the sandwich, and then the
Yeah.
meat is the iBuyers. So the
Got it.
storm is kind of the bun.
Okay.
Is that?
So
I don't know if that's a good analogy
talk
or
about
not.
the bun.
Yeah, so
I'll talk about
Shauna's
the
talking about the
buns.
buns. I
like
happen to
buns.
be, I happen to be the, maybe
all
I'm
about the bun.
Maybe I'm the tofu in the sandwich in the middle. I don't know. When you look at me, are you like, that's a tofu guy?
Nope.
No? All right. So it is.
But-
Those are the 3 items we're going to cover, and it's coming at you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we did have a winter storm. It is now past, but we still have a lot to deal with.
Ugh.
So FEMA has come in and declared it I don't exactly know the perfect word to use for it.
Natural disaster.
We got super lucky here. Super,
did.
super fortunate.
Very fortunate.
And so maybe I'm not as educated or as versed in this as I possibly should be. And the reason for that is somehow none of our power went out anywhere and at the properties that we have. So we were like oblivious to this. I'm still furious about what happened and why it happened, right? But we weren't affected.
You and Governor Abbott.
We didn't even know.
Pretty furious.
We didn't even know it was happening when it was happening live. So anyways, but as we look now, we have a link to chat in. So Omkar, maybe we'll throw that link in for you guys, and then we'll go split screen and take a look over here at the website that we have to look at. So Omkar is going to drive us through here, but we did have a severe winter storm, and it outlines the counties in which in which they existed. And then within that, so there's a map and some different things. So maybe look at the map and look at your properties and open it up, and you'll see that it was pretty much all around us. So here we are in the upper right-hand quadrant in Collin County. And then all of the counties pretty much surrounding us are going to be, any of the ones that you've heard of,
Yeah.
are going to also be affected as well.
So all the yellow is public assistance, and the pink is individual assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right?
Wow. The whole state was a disaster.
Yeah.
Disaster.
It's kind of crazy. And then let's go back to the page itself. So that shows off the map there. Thank you for
So
that.
I want to pause for a second.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about this winter storm, but when you have a claim for hail, the insurance companies have access to, I don't know what database that shows when these storms occurred. So if you say, I've got hail damage from the couple of months ago, they'll look and they can tell you there wasn't a hailstorm anywhere in our area during that time. So it's kind of tricky that they know when that happens.
Pretty insightful. Yes, technology is something, and they want to reduce the amount of insurance claims, and they want to pay out on the correct claims.
Right.
So they're probably against erroneous claims, let's just say the least. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. There's a link where you can, there's a link. Look at that, like right at the top. I'm going to grab this for just 1 second and point this link out, Omkar. So as I scroll up here, what I'm going to show you guys is there's like a big red mark. And this is apply for assistance.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most important link on there if you want to start applying.
So if you as an individual, right, have tons of damage, then I would suggest you apply for some help, right? And I don't know if insurance covers it or doesn't cover it, but we talked before about there's something with it being named a storm that affects how your insurance covers the coverage that they provide and deductibles. So just be a good, share this information with your clients or any neighbors or anyone that that may not, realize that there is assistance for this.
So that is the case. Yeah. Since I'm not extremely well versed in it, I think that's going to be enough information. We gave the link, we gave where it could be, and now we know it's a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that, let's hit the bell. Hey, it's 2021. Have you heard of iBuyers recently? I don't know. It's like something we were all worried about in 2019. In 2018, 2019, there was like a trend. And there was these things going on. And we're like, oh, this is going to be the future. And is this going to really work? And what's going to happen? And they were like industry disruptors. And we were worried. And then all of a sudden, 2020 happened and the world changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
And now here we are in 2021. But the real estate market, as much as it changed, it actually like shot up. And there's all these additional changes, right? Like new factors that are going on.
Right.
And iBuyers, let's go ahead and chat in the link and split the screen and look over here for us, please. So thank you, Omkar, as we do that. And this is an opinion article written from Inman Magazine. So we're going to take a scroll through here, and I'm going to direct us, if I could please, right to the section in particular that talks about transaction volumes. Okay? So we had a trend 2017, 2018, 2019. And that's a trend on an upward magnitude for sure. Yeah. So we see that there was 60,000 properties that were purchased like this. Now, if I'm to give my personal opinion here, they were also losing money at a massive rate. And this is something they were trying to do to end up getting market share, right? So they were all buying these homes, but also losing money. Right. And I heard on average that they lost $10,000 per property overall for the whole industry for every single property that they purchased. And then resold and their cost and their holding costs. Once they figured it out, they were losing about $10,000 per property. So then you take 10,000 times 60,000, and that was kind of like the average loss for the industry. Yeah, so they made up for it by losing money and volume, right? So they just like kept doing the same thing. And now what I'm going to do is go back to where we were and take a look here, and we see that this trend is dramatically down. So we're kind of thinking, why did this happen, right? And as I'm looking at this, I believe that the transactions that are happening now are more logical transactions, right? And the ones where you might have been losing, where you may have been losing money, right? Those ones disappeared. And possibly the reason why is you don't need to market when the market's super hot. So if your objective is to gain market share or to do something along those lines, if the market's super, super, super hot, then why would you be doing that and losing money on it?
Right.
So what I think they did is if we looked at this drop between the high of 60,000 and where they're at more down, I don't know, maybe it's 35,000 here. I think this difference are the transactions where they bought and truly lost, right? I think that this is more of a reasonable number. And I would argue that some of these 35,000 transactions were COVID transactions where people sold directly because they didn't want to have people in their home or anything like that. So I think of these total transactions, a bunch of people chose them because of COVID and exposure. And this number is actually bolstered or boosted by COVID. And in fact, the actual transactions that should logically happen on an annual basis for iBuyers are probably closer to 2017 numbers. And then the ones added on top of it are kind of COVID transactions. And then the disappearance from here to here was because those are transactions where they were losing money. And they simply eliminated them as they moved forward because the market was hot. My personal take.
The iBuyer program, for me, I think a couple of things happened. One, I think that it was a great concept, right? They buy these properties and then, for example, Open Door. And then they did some minor fix-ups and then put them on the market. Well, it was very hard to schedule and get into the properties. I mean, it was really, it's difficult to get into one of their properties. Then you go in, and I found on multiple occasions that we discovered things that weren't disclosed, and they just weren't. Not that anybody was intentionally doing it, but there's so many hands in this one particular transaction that you're buying something as is, and it's difficult to get in, and I don't know. I think that it became kind of a that word spread, and it's more of a reputation. The iBuyer reputation is one of the factors.
Yeah, when you buy a home from that, like how are they actually repaired?
Yeah.
What's disclosed? What's the agent experience like? Because the person on the other side is most likely an employee,
right?
Not a realtor.
In today's market, you have to act quickly, and you don't have time to wait, and you may. If you finally can get into the property and then you have to wait, you submit an offer and then it's like 2 days before you hear back. And it's just, that process is too long in today's market, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But I do think that concept is interesting. And I think with everything going on that we'll see it come back in some capacity. I do. Yeah,
but probably not in a losing way where people are trying to gain market share again. They'll get a little bit closer. Those things do work, and they'll fix up the challenges they had. But it doesn't appear to be on this huge, you see a number grow and grow and grow, and then it appears like you think it's going to just rocket ship up, but things change. And central to everything that we're kind of talking about is the agent. So let's go ahead and go back over here and take a look specifically at different companies.
Nothing will take
transaction
away
volumes,
the personal interaction of
no,
this.
they won't.
It's just, you can't replace that.
I totally agree. So Open Door, I don't know enough about them and their agent experience per se.
Well, they're the ones that's the one that's top of mind that we hear about all the time.
And they did have the biggest decrease in the amount of them that they did for the year. So they were down 59%. Zillow purchased less homes as well. So did OfferPad and Redfin. Their total transactions here were they bought some, right? And there's some other companies that also do this. But this shows Open Door and how many they purchased and kind of what happened and where they're on track for and then what happened. It also talks about the segment of market share. So Zillow actually gained market share as all of this has happened. They went from 3 to 18 to 26. They're really smart, ladies and gentlemen. They're amazing. I'm always impressed with what they do from a business standpoint. I may not like them, but I do like how they are doing things in business. They just keep doing it. They're so strategic. So they actually gained market share. We see that OfferPad stayed roughly the same from 2018. and Open Door shrunk the most, and they went down. So anyways, that's a super quick review of what's going on with the iBuyers.
Yeah. But I think they're going to come back.
Okay.
It'll be back.
So we shall see, but now we are all up to date.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
Yep. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen,
Choose
your
wisely.
contractor extremely wisely.
So there's going to be a lot of damage. People are going to be wanting, especially if you had someone that was thinking about listing, don't tickle me. Thinking about listing in the spring, and now they have damage. They're going to be in a panic to get these things done, right? But you still want to be very careful, because this is where people get burned so bad. We had, an example of a client, elderly client in Dallas that had, hail damage, storm damage, and somebody came in and, this guy, the sweetest guy, but this contractor came in, he goes, I need 50% up front. He paid him, nothing happened. So, you need to make sure that you're not allowing people to panic. Spread this word, to choose wisely, to get references, to find out if they're insured. A lot of people will all of a sudden come into the market. We see that with roofing, right? When you have a hailstorm, they're coming from all angles. They chase you down your alley trying to, trying to get into your home to get you to commit to them. So, I see that when someone is in a panic or, almost a desperate situation, and look, I just have to get this done. I need to sell my home, or I just can't live like this. I'm living in a temporary place. That's where things go sideways. So, there's a lot of things. A reference. You need to make sure that you have a reference of somebody, who's doing the work. And honestly, the really good contractors that we've seen, they never ask for anything up front. They're normally like, let me get started and everything, and then you kind of pay them along the way. But most of them, they might require a deposit, but a lot of them are not going to have you pay 50% up front, I don't think. They might change now that we're in this in this time, I don't know, but if you sign a contract with someone, just make sure you read over it and understand what their limitations are and what they're going to do. But just be very, very cautious with this, and take the time. I would rather wait and know that I'm going to get it done correctly and properly and with somebody that's not going to ditch me in the middle of it, rather than, just, hey, this guy's free. He's got all the time in the world. Well, maybe there's a reason for that.
And then,
right?
so that was a negative experience. Let me talk about, and we can speak about a positive experience.
Okay.
Right. So you had a specific property that's coming up. It's a nice, super luxury property, and it's a huge home, like really, really big. And there was damage there, and all of a sudden, we thought it was going to take a ton of time for this all to get repaired.
Yeah.
And we thought it was going to be a real problem. Well, the contractor was all over it, right? He had the proper people there. They stopped the major problem right away. And then they got in and started to repair it. They mitigated the damage. And all of a sudden, it's like days later.
I mean,
And
this thing,
we thought it was going to be
gonna
30 days.
30 to 45 days. And by Friday, they should be almost complete. And there were multiple places within the home that had damage.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. Did you say
really
they had
impressive.
I thought I heard somewhere 6 leaks at least
Yeah.
that they had discovered.
Yeah.
So those are all going on. And so they fixed it times 6. Pretty much already. We were over there yesterday and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, I thought it was going to take a month. And all of a sudden it's a matter of days.
Yeah. But they
So-
want to get done too, so they
do.
can continue to help everyone. So, it goes back to relationships. You've had these relationships with people. It matters. Matters.
So if you
There's
have
no
a
I
contractor,
relationships.
if you have a contractor that you really, really like, go ahead and chat those in, and
Yeah.
maybe that helps out some people. We do have a vendor's guide that we
Yes.
can link there. So maybe Megan grabs that link and chats it in.
We have a client resource book that's updated quarterly. And you guys can go in, and we have a writer document that you can go in. And if you have a great experience with someone, please put it in there. And if you have someone that maybe you contacted from our resource book, we have to continuously update it, that may have moved or no longer in business for whatever reason, then we need to make sure we take them off. Or if you have a negative experience with someone, we need to hear about that too, and they will come off. I mean, we don't get paid or get anything, monetary from utilizing their services, but we want to do what's in the best interest of our clients and our friends. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's all pretty good.
Okay.
Just choose wisely.
Choose wisely.
It's bell time. Hey, I think we should celebrate. We did 3 topics. We actually did them all. Maybe we didn't talk.
Your cup matches
my cup. Yeah. Oh, matches your shirt. Do you want to borrow it? No, actually, the 2 together. If you look, you kind of have pink and blue and blue and pink, and so it is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We covered all 3 topics. Topic number 1 was the winter storm in FEMA. Topic 2, the tofu in our tofu sandwich, was the iBuyers and where they stand now and kind of why and
if you like tofu, I want to hear.
Chat in now.
I want to know
the last time you had tofu.
Eats tofu. Yeah.
I don't know the last time I ate it.
Yesterday, actually.
I definitely didn't eat it.
Our son got some tofu.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
He got tofu and he said it's great.
We got tofu.
Yeah,
okay,
we were totally food.
Anyway.
And then contractors, choose them wisely. That's the 3rd one. So those are each of the different topics we covered. I'll remind you guys that tomorrow is Show Me Your Listings with
Shana.
All right. And do you have anything that you'll be showing off possibly, or you're gonna?
Well, we have a logo for this little
logo.
We have a logo. Now.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll remind you guys that tomorrow on Show Me Your Listings, we're going to be using Zoom for the first time.
We're going to be
so
using
we'll be in
Zoom.
the standard Zoom room. So go ahead and jump in there afterwards. We're kind of trying to upgrade some items. So our new advancements. So those advancements are going to be Anna with her note taking and kind of how we're doing that. We really liked how the notes were going for agent meetings. Reminder, no agent meetings. If you are fully caught up on every single thing, then come directly to me. And congratulations, and I will give you extra bonus. Right? So if you're in for the bonus, let me know, send me an email, and we'll jump on that. We are going to have the support family meeting this week, so that'll be at its normal time. Everyone there is up to date. So we'll have that meeting. But the Show Me Your Listings, the new note taking will be in there. We are going to try our best to stick to how we introduce each item, and there'll kind of be a little format. So we'll be asking things like price, location. We'll be asking a couple of different items in there, beds, baths, dates, so we can have that better documented so you can refer to it later on. So I'm super excited about those improvements that you've made.
Yes.
Those were
this is good
very
for
well
us.
thought out.
I really enjoy this, and with the demand in the market, I think it's important to understand what's coming up and what your needs are, and we can share. And maybe someone heard of a home from somebody else that may be coming up that may fit your needs. So it's really good to be able to talk about this.
And you're going to be doing a much better job of documenting that. And Anna's going to be taking some notes for us, and I'm very excited about it.
Me
Your
too.
new format, I'm psyched.
Thanks.
Well done. Very well done.
Okay.
And with that, we'll say goodbye.
Tomorrow's Friday.
It
Friday. See you tomorrow.
We all fall down, we get banged up, but the scars show what we're made of. Don't you look back, lift your head up, shake the dust off, tell me what you're made of. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Breath in our lungs, beating our heart. Lift up your voice, you got something to say. It's a brand new day. 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 When the rain falls, when the ground shakes, when the wind blows, when your heart breaks, show me sorrow, show me laughter, show me starlight, show me what you have to. I can't hear you, I can't hear you. Breath in our lungs, beat in our heart. Lift up the voice, you got something to say. It's a brand new day. 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 See the sunrise, oh, fire in your eyes, oh. It's about time we all saw you shine. It's a brand new day. 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 There's a secret through the thunder. There's a storm, but you're not going under. It's a brand new day.